Hi Gordon, this is Dan. I'm meaning to take a video and catch you up on what's been happening at the Rockaway property. This is the road that the Brooks constructed to do their construction. Bigger than I thought it would be. Definitely more of an eyesore than I thought it would be. But what you gonna do? I'll show you some posts that I think are about property lines for future reference. Here's their new house. And you can see it's quite a change. Sad. Here's one of their posts. See the other one, the tree. And then that one over there by the fence. The deck is breaking down. It's the old wood from the old one that Lonnie, the guy you met, replaced about 10 years ago. And we have to do some deck repairs. Here's a little clip of Lonnie doing one of them. There are some pretty weathered spots that I've fallen through planks before when they get really bad. Part of that has to do with the gutter system that Lonnie believes the flashing is not long enough. But I do think maybe some Rust-Oleum Restore would help, maybe after a dry wash. We had talked on the phone several years ago about dry or power washing the front rail because it got this green stuff all over it, and I've tried all kinds of chemicals to get that off. The problem is I don't know if the deck can handle a power washing. You're going to power wash this stuff, but I think that's the only thing. This laundry room has always been open to the weather. Turned off the electricity. The door doesn't close. It was rebuilt by George. I've had people work on it. George has worked on it a couple times. Lonnie says the flashing on the gutters isn't long enough, which is the reason for that. This side, similar issues, not as bad leaking, but the door won't stay closed, so I use that axe to keep it shut. It does leak a little bit in there. If you remember a couple years ago around Christmas, we had a chimney issue with the chimney on my side being blocked. I had Lonnie go up there. We had talked and we got two, just to remember, we had two estimates for both sides, 600 a side. No, 600 for both and 1,200 for both. Putting a cap on it. You talked to the guy in town that did the 600 offer, and he wanted George to come down, but he was in Vegas, and after the call to get him to put a cap on these, I hadn't heard anything. So here's a little video on what it looked like beforehand and kind of show you how it got blocked.
Toss it up, throw it up to me. Good toss.
Ooh! Son of a bitch! Oh! Oh, I'm sorry. That's what I did when I lobbed it.
Throw it like a baseball
throw
right
like
at me.
Yeah, Yeah, that's it. See? Sorry.
Dan, you want some pictures from up here?
I got it. The Hansons fell down several years ago. I know you and John talked about that. It's much better without that brick cap on and all that rusted, whatever that was in there. Still rain comes through, but not nearly as bad as with that blockage that focused the cold air of the winter time into the house. So that was really nice to get that taken off. There's some stains inside here that I believe come from, I forget his last name, his first name was Dan. Him and his kids liked to surf, and they used to wax their surfboards, and I think they had a couple accidents in here. You see how that window is frosted. Basically just got a lot of secondhand stuff in here, including my TV, and this is a weird outlet. We replaced some of these outlets and cannot find out how to get it hot. So Lonnie took a look at that. We didn't have any luck. This oven is really having issues. You had some friends come by several years ago and she was not happy with the condition of the oven. The light doesn't go on, so it's hard to tell when it's on and off. At least you got two burners working here. Mine doesn't. And the oven's kind of worn out. And George tried to resurface these, but these drawers are really hurting. And the dishwasher water pump went out. And she's an old girl, but lasted a long time. I replaced the garbage disposal probably about a year and a half ago. And the refrigerator's running fine. When some of your guys were down several years ago, Mike, I think his name, to replace the heaters, we asked him for a pedestal over here for the broken brick and a new fireplace screen. He measured the place, but never heard anything back from him about that. So what I did is I just pulled mine, because mine was breaking apart, even though I do have a pedestal, and just got a screen up, which really works well. And next door doesn't have the linoleum in the kitchen and the bathroom, and if you ever re-carpet over here, I would highly recommend that. The carpet cleaner, Comco, says the carpet's beyond cleaning. It's so worn. It was worn when I moved in 1998. So on this side, similar issues with the heaters. And those are the little heaters that replaced the big ones. The big one, metal housing, is still in there. We spackled it shut instead of the linoleum plug in there. But they quit working about a month afterwards. There's my fireplace without the brass insert, but it does have a pedestal that would be nice for over there. Replaced the garbage disposal over here, and a lot of the outlets, like I did next door. These brown ones, because with the ocean breeze, just eats that stuff up. Bathroom, replaced the guts with a floatless plumbing in the toilet, and tried to reseal the tub because there was some gapping going on between the linoleum and the tub. Replaced the mirror and stuff in here with wood because the metal stuff really does rust. But that's about it. Quick little update. The heaters are definitely an issue, and you can see that I've utilized portable heaters in here with fireplace with a lot of luck. If it's really cold, I get all three going. Only 750 watts, 1200 watts will blow the circuit breakers. But you can learn how to compensate for the wall heaters not working that well. And last but not least, the view that was lost. And I think it's more of an issue for me simply because I've been here so long, since 1998, with the view not being obstructed. So maybe for someone new this is all they knew, it won't be that big of a deal, but it sure is an eyesore. It's bizarre how this happened. Wish there was some way we could have prevented it, but it is what it is. So here's a little clip of the old view, right when they were getting ready to mow down some of the trees.